Dang, everything popped on screen at one time, all loaded up together. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Another week here for some incredible racing. NARAS Cup Series takes on Las Vegas, of course, for the Casino Royale 300. As always, my name is Tyler Jones, and I will be your tail. Well, your main commentator here for the night, excuse me. Stumbling over words early. Hopefully we get it all out now so we don't have none later. Of course, it's going to be a crazy session. 2 laps for qualifying. That's where we are at right now. Qualifying just getting underway for these drivers. We're going to pop that down real quick because you know how we do. We love to show on the grid. Now's your opportunity to share the broadcast. Of course, we are on a multi-stream. If you're watching on Twitch, we appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, then welcome back for another week here. Of course, we do this multiple times a week. Multiple days a week. Let's go ahead and look at some drivers on the field right now. Peter Hoppy on track right now. He is making his Gen 6 debut here tonight. Part-time driver right now. And Trading Paints is being a pain in the A. See if we can get an update for you guys. Kyle Sims right now on track as well. That is Josh Ryder. 32 of Josh Ryder. Jared Smith on track. As the schemes are reloading. There's Kyle Sims. Carden Hansen. Jared Smith, John War, Kevin Vergara, Lucas Lewis, Jordan Auden, Aaron Wright, Jeffrey Bourne, Stephen Hollingsworth, Jordan Fisher on track. Ooh, 9 Lumar scheme. Nathan Hawks on track as well. Josh Mason in the 88. Stephen Hayes. Taylor Otten. Kenneth Colson. Mark Randall on the track. 99 of Mark Morton. Brendan Carroll. And it looks like the last man to go out, as always, your reigning, defending Season 2 champion, the 4 of Corey Rainey. It's going to be a hectic night here. Vegas is the race where we see teams start breaking out in performance. This is the track where we decide who is hot going into the playoffs. For a lot of people that have been wondering, there have been rumors circulating. The arrival of the next gen is officially here. For 2027, the NARAS Cup Series has and will confirmed to be going to the Gen 7 Model Cup car. Of course, we do still have some penalties that need to be served here tonight. The 92 of Jordan Otten still has not served his penalty posted after the Daytona 500 race just a few short weeks ago. He's expected to be served when he returns for his next event. Otten not being here tonight, so still not able to serve that penalty. Of course, that penalty will, it won't go anywhere. It'll still be there for him whenever he shows up, so that could hurt him in a very pivotal race if he decides to join. It's definitely going to put him back possibly a few positions, possibly a winning spot. So definitely something to look out for when he returns. Of course, last calendar season with these Gen 6 cars, the biggest question throughout all of the teams, especially the pit crews and a lot of the race control and admins that make it all happen, have been with the arrival of these cars. What changes could we potentially see in NARAS moving forward? A lot still under wraps. Not much has been said to this point in time about what could be expected to change. Of course, changes will be made. We will see a bunch of tracks we have not been able to touch with these Gen 6 cars for the last 3 seasons or 2 seasons. So of course, new schedule is going to be the biggest one, where we get to go to tracks like Sonoma, WWT, what else? Chicago Street Course. You know, that could be potentially put on the schedule as well. You know, so that is going to be a big shakeup. Of course, with the move, are we changing a lot with the points bracket, the structure of the points? You know, Gen 6 currently on the chase. Will we be moving to a chase? There's still a lot of questions that are in the air that have to be answered, but we still have enough weeks to be able to start slowly solidifying a lot of these answers and moving forward within the series. Of course, like we said, Peter Hoppy, we saw him with a valiant top 3 effort last night. He's officially making his Cup Series debut with Parker Motorsports in the 65 tonight. Now, of course, with him being a part-time driver, can this be an opportunity for him to actually advance to a full-time ride? Of course, that question still a few minutes away before green flag, and we still have a lot of racing left to go. You see it right there in your screen. There is 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in the warm-up. You're seeing drivers trying to get acclimated with each other on track now. Something you love to see early on. Of course, if you're just joining us at this point in time, welcome in, everybody. You have not missed a single thing yet. We are still a few minutes away from a grid. We will show you who has claimed the pole here tonight at the Casino Royale 300. If you guys are joining us on the Twitch side, welcome in. Make sure to sub if you can. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you have one free sub a month. That'll get you non-ad-free racing the entire way through tonight. Of course, we do 25 laps, commercial free. So you'll get the first 25 laps, including green flag, commercial free. Of course, still have the rule enacted. We need 25 laps green, otherwise the single file starts. So if we do not see 25 laps of green flag racing, we will have a single file restart. Roughly about 5 minutes left with warm-ups. Qualifying already finished now. We're going to take our first ad break in pre-race. We will be back in just a few minutes. This is your opportunity to go get your snacks, go get your drinks, and we will see you right back here shortly.
I want to taste your banana pudding, you taste my banana pudding.
It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, will you marry me?
Is my makeup messy? Yes, it's messy.
Consumer Cellular can help people save on their cell phone bills. That's why I cut my car in half. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hats.
Isn't that just a visor?
Shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Get your second month free with Consumer Cellular.
Welcome back in, everybody. 58 seconds left before we hit the grid. Then we get to read off our starting positions for the night. Is going to be a heavily anticipated night for a few of these drivers. This is the deciding factor of a lot of teams' hot runs going forward for the rest of the season. Will we see enough momentum for some drivers here tonight to really give those teams the momentum that they haven't had so far? Steel City right now is doing an incredible job at momentum. They have practically put the Chevys on their hind end for the last few weeks. The biggest question is, can they continue to do that tonight? Of course, Tristan Pena not here. He is on vacation. So Pena not able to be here tonight, but 3 out of the 4 are here to possibly keep that momentum going. Checkered flag in the air. That means it's grid time. Grid up now on your screens. 2 nights in a row. Hoppy takes pole position. Just outside is Stephen Hollingsworth in second. Charlie Bennett's going to be in third, with Corey Rainey in fourth. Joshua Mason in fifth, rounding out your top 5, with Kenneth Colson sitting in 6th place. Josh Ryder in 7th. Kevin Vergara in 8th. Owen Lax in 9th. Taylor Auden in 10th. Rounding out your top 10. Just outside of the top 10 is going to be Jordan Fisher and Lucas Lewis. Then Joshua Hahn in 13th, with Jared Smith in 14th place. Mark Morton in 15th. Carter Hansen in 16th. Kyle Sims in 17th position. Jeffrey Bourne in 18th. Stephen Hayes sitting in 19th position. Jordan Auden in 20th. Nathan Hawks in 21st. Mark Randall in 22nd. Aaron Wright solidifying that 23rd starting position, with John War in 24th. John Rotruck in 25th. Brandon Carroll 26th. Of course, Race Control Mike Nitty Jr. from Right Time, officially making his Race Control debut here for the NARAS Cup Series. Wyatt Post technically in 27th, and Thomas Adams rounding out your top 29. "28 drivers here tonight." The biggest question right now is Steel City gonna go 3 in a row, or will they be dethroned here tonight? Few more seconds will tell the fate as the pace car is about to make the left-hand turn. Hoppy going to be taking us to green flag in the restart zone. A very anticipated night for anybody that is just joining us. The news has officially broke. NARAS Cup Series Gen 7. Next season, it is on. Make sure if you're on the YouTube side to make a quick vote on that poll, just a yes or no answer, if you think Steel City Racing is going to go 3 in a row here tonight. With that Gen 7 now in technically the rear view mirror, slowly encroaching, a lot is going to change. Announcements will be made weekly to keep everybody up to date. whether that be the drivers or the fans. You guys will know more as soon as I know more, of course. On the Twitch side, you guys know what to do. Pace car looking to make that left-hand turn. It does oh so finely. Pace car off the track. In the restart zone, these cars go. Green flag in the air. Let's go racing. Hollinsworth now taking the lead away from Hoppy. Corey Rainey advancing himself into second place already. 65 of Hoppy not going anywhere without a fight. Saw a little bit of contact on the door there to the 4. Nothing egregious. They're still fighting for position. Of course, allowed to go under that apron, but it is up to the discretion of the driver to do so. You do not have to be let back in by another driver. So that's going to be something that could throw a wrench in some people's plans. Thomas Adams around on the track with Josh Ryder early on. First caution of the night. Ryder already jumping to pits. Not even a lap in, which means we go to single file restart next time by. Go to the replay here, see exactly what happened. We're following Thomas Adams. Ooh. Seems like it started with the 32 of Josh Ryder possibly getting a little bit loose in the corner, and Adams really had nowhere to go in the entry. Possibly a wheel disconnect from the 32. I'll back it up a little bit. This is, well, he made contact with the 40. There it is. They were 3 wide in the back. Lost all control of the wheel, and Adams just unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time. Of course, 40 being Owen Lax. So that is definitely going to hurt. Wright went into pits that time. Rainey went into pits as well. Morton down pit lane. Auten went down pit lane. And, of course, Thomas Adams down pit lane as well. Wright already with a meatball. Same with Josh Ryder, so they're going to be in there for a long time if those cars aren't already down and out for the night. Steel City possibly down 1 driver already. Not a good situation to be in when you're already out a driver that is on vacation. Stephen Hollinsworth in the 67, the leader at the time of the caution, so he will claim first place. Of course, Corey Rainey still in second. Hoppy in third. Colson in fourth. Charlie Bennett rounding out your top 5. Rainey has a lot to gain here. We saw the motivational message for Daytona. 21 weeks split his wins. He had to point his way in almost all the way to the round of 8. Was Mr. Must Win at Martinsville. Managed to pull it off to win that Season 2 championship. Now he has a lot of weight on those shoulders every time he gets in that car, knowing that he has a defending title to put up again this season. We just saw him take the win away last night in the trucks Could we possibly see another resurgence here from the 4 tonight? That 65 just behind was also in that race as well. And he came up just a few positions shy. And when I mean a few, he was short by 1. So these two in the top 5 already have had a huge taste of not only laps led last night, but of course a possible victory just out of reach. 4 of Rainey able to take 1 in the trucks, but still has yet to claim a victory in Cup. So definitely look forward to the possibility of seeing what is going to happen for the Rain Man tonight. Pace car off. Hollingsworth is the leader. Single file. Green flag on his call. Good restart there. Hollingsworth holding the lead strong. Charlie Bennett's just sitting in the top 5 position right now. Joshua Mason in the 88 really giving him a push there. Trying to scurry him along. Now, of course, Mason now in the top 5 just barely. Lax just back in a 3 wide right now. They are racing early on here. Single filed it out. Lax in 7th. Otten is in 8th. Jordan Fisher in the 9. Sitting in 9th right now. Jordan has had it rough last season. This season has not been the best of starts for him, but still a lot better than his first 7 races last season, where he was wrecked out almost all of the 7 first races of the season 2 calendar year. Of course, he's still having some bad luck with his results stemming from last year. The biggest question is, can he put all of that behind him, and will this year be the year for that 9 car? Of course, Vegas is a very pivotal race. It will show the winners. Huge contact to the outside wall. That was the 08 of Charlie Bennett. Charlie is suffering on speeds. Now has to go down pits. '24 Lucas Lewis with the good old Rainbow DuPont Jeff Gordon throwback. Of course, guys, tonight is throwback week. These are schemes. Well, not the throwback week, but these are the realistic schemes from the generation of these cars. So all the schemes you're seeing are on track for a reason tonight. Another caution out. You see it in the back end. Rainey involved in that one. Rainey actually just got, looks like, bumped a little bit too hard from the 9. Just a little too much of a bump. Sent the 4 around. Hopefully not much damage on the car. Nine found a little bit of hot water after the contact himself, too. 65 of his own teammate hit him. 29 of Vergara up into the wall there, too. 19 of Nathan Hawks just managed to squeak by. So a few cars probably screwed out on that one. Hoppy went in. Vergara went in. Fisher went in. Lax entered. Hawks in pits. Morton in pits. Randall, Bourne, Road Truck, War, Post, Rainey, Carroll, Auten. All in pits this time by. Of course, Hollandworth staying out. The top 10 all staying out. 9 of those top 10 have not went into pits. The only person to go into pits so far is the 28 of Kyle Sims. He pitted at lap 10. Beautiful track here tonight. Let's go ahead and look at the weather while we pace. 68 degrees, a little bit chillier than it was last night. Few degree change. I believe it was 72 degrees last night on the track, 74. Fluctuating wind though, 7 to 9 to 4. So the wind's northeast, now up to 11. So the wind is changing a lot drastically here. Not too bad. Not many clouds in the sky either. Partially cloudy. You see a couple of cotton balls up there here and there, but nothing too egregious. And once again, only 19% humidity, so not too bad. Of course, while this is up, we'll show you the race recap. Lap 14 of 200. 2 cautions. This is the second for 6 laps. Only 1 lead change at this point in time. And if you guys were wondering our stages, it's 200 laps, 300 miles. Stage 1 and 2 at 60 apiece, with the final stage, stage 3, being set for 80 laps, 20 laps more. It is a different run. There's different options, and it's going to be different difficulties. At that point in time, you don't know what could happen. So stage 3 is going to be a big shakeup. Same thing we saw last night. Owen Lax swept stage 1 and 2. Didn't get gas. Ruined his entire stage 3 race. Corey Rainey walked away with the win. So can we see the same thing happen here? The 67 Hollingsworth, man, he has been a dominant Ford driver. We have seen him lead laps, especially when he came into play in the playoffs last year. He has the opportunity to take stage 1 here now. Still a lot of laps left to go, but he has the opportunity to do it. Green flag back out now. Lap 15 of 60 for stage 1. A lot of single files so far. Morton and Bourne locked up together. Trying to make their way up the field, slowly but surely. Bourne still has yet to get a win. Tristan Pena and Mark Morton have both put themselves in victory lane for Steel City this year. Both locking themselves into the round of 16. Oh, they are 3 wide there, 28 down on the bottom. 99 doesn't have to give him room, but comes up just a little bit and does. Loving the fight. Hollingsworth in the lead now. About to get overtaken by Colson. They are door to door fighting for the lead right now. Colson touched it for barely a hair of a second. Colson didn't have what it took to take that lead and run away with it, so unfortunately, the lead goes back to Hollinsworth. Valiant effort early on, though. And that's something that's a downside to these cars, man. The dirty air is bad for these cars. But, of course, you need the dirty air to pass. Clean air is not the benefit. It does help you with, of course, you know, your temps and all that. But at the end of the day, same situation we saw in the truck race. Difficult to pass without that draft. Big break up here. About a half a second off is the 3 car of Carden Hansen to the rear of Jeffrey Borden 11th. They don't have many cars in their pack. Corey Rainey in 15th, leading this train now behind him. Caution out again. Trying to find who it was on. Oh, there it is. '19 and the 40. Nathan Hawks and Owen Lax. Thought it was Owen. Which means this time, Corey Rainey is going to be your leader. '15th position and back, all in pits. We had a lot of guys pit that time. Honestly, looks to be about 43 to 49 laps of fuel. Also depends if you're full throttle, full, you know, the entire time, and a lot of the other factors in it. If you're not in draft, the longer, the harder in draft you are, the further back in the draft pack you are, the more mileage you'll save. So it's going to be a lot of lot of challenges for these drivers that are going to have to figure out their strategies moving forward. You know, looking last week, someone that we haven't seen here tonight, and is not with us here tonight, J.J. Moore. It was very unfamiliar sights with J.J. Moore DNFing last week in Atlanta. Everybody kind of expected him to come back this week and bounce back, but is not here with us tonight. Of course, the third caution of the night now coming to a close. John wore around in the back end on his own. We will go around one more time. Lap 23 officially completed now. Now Rainey in the lead. If you were with us earlier, you heard us say how Rainey really needs a win now to try to boost his momentum early on in the season. We saw him get the trucks win last night. This would make a good start for him now. On the Cup side, he still needs to get that first win in, of course. Corey Rainey has been a driver, that is known to come back when he's practically down and out. So could see that from him here tonight. Green flag out, and another wreck again. This time looks to be on Carden Hansen. Just seemed like Hansen didn't go. Unfortunate situation for the 3 car. Now we got 2 teammates up front. Corey Rainey John Road Truck, 1 and 2 now. You know, this definitely goes with what I was just about to say. RVR, as I drop my keyboard too, RVR still looking for the breakout season. Corey Rainey, of course, last year's champion, is still missing a few key elements to put a perfect season together so far on paper. Rainey getting an excellent opportunity to start showcasing some skill. Last night, now still searching for the first Cup Series win. Could tonight be the night? Of course, there's a lot of talent on track. Pace car will or should be off next time by. Hopefully all of these cautions are done with sooner than later. You don't want to be dealing with all of these cautions the later on it gets. Still pretty early to be dealing with 4 cautions already. Charlie Bennett and Peter Hoppy already out on the tower for the night. 2 drivers already down and out. And Aaron Wright still in pits. Most likely retired. Green flag out. Corey Rainey, John Road Truck, 1 and 2. Josh Mason in 3rd, Lucas Lewis in 4th. Hollinsworth rounding out your top 5. Watching Rainey fall to 5th already. Mason in 1st now. 88 still looking for the start of his season as well. He hasn't done the worst, but he needs to kind of lock that car in, dial it in just a little bit more. He has a lot more potential than what we've seen from him. Just hasn't been able to put it on display yet. Hollinsworth slowly dialing it back in. Tried to shoot under that apron there to get the run. Wasn't able to do so to get the pass. So still sitting in 2nd right now, halfway through stage 1. Hollinsworth makes the move on the outside. He takes the lead back. I don't think he'll hold on to it for long. And another crash in the back end. Oh, that's a done night for him. Look at that right front wheel. Jared Smith definitely going to be dealt with a meatball there. Him and Taylor Auten. Head-on-head collision. This is exactly where it started. We'll back it up a little bit more. See, the 91 dived down into the 96. 91 was not clear to make that move. Spun himself into the wall. And just a few seconds later, slammed head on by the 87 of Jared Smith. Then slammed again by the 57 of Wyatt Post. You know what? Yeah, let's go back. Watch this from the driver cam. There's the contact with the 97 that started it all. Here comes the 87 and the 57. The time of the caution. Hollinsworth is your leader. Now, of course, major wreck there from 3 cars. It's going to cost some people a night here. Of course, Josh Ryder out. Charlie Bennett already out. Hoppy retired his car as well. Post now a lap down as the pace car is off. So we're back green. Auten is out. Officially. Hollinsworth controlling that line there. right now trying to pull away from the 88 at Mason. The biggest question is really, can that 88 break out and have a fantastic year? Pit strategy worked in his favor until it didn't on the final lap last week. $20 more laps before we have stage 1 finish. Will Mason be able to beat the Ford of Hollingsworth to do it? Lap 41 this time by. Hollingsworth not going down without a fight. And neither are we. We're here to the end. But right now, we are going to take a commercial break. And we'll be right back.
Got a great car, great team. Go execute.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day, be in victory lane.
The after-jets are won. Don't count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
What a victory this will be.
Next lap is going to end.
Does he have enough? Let's go. A dominant performance. They're going to say no, baby. Let's go.
You gotta earn this thing.
It is all on the table.
We are back. Casino Royale 300. Hollingsworth still your leader at this point in time. Not much has changed. other than the lap count. 12 more laps to go here in stage 1. Lucas Lewis in second, Mason in third, Colson in fourth, and Joshua Hahn rounding out your top 5. Mark Morton by himself sitting up there in 6th for the team. Nathan Hawks in 7th. Corey Rainey in the 8th spot, with Kyle Sims and Jordan Otten rounding out your top 10 in 9th and 10th. Now the biggest thing is with that sun going down, it's going to be a little bit worse for wear on those tires. It's a notable difference at every Las Vegas race, no matter what it is, no matter what series you are or what car you run. That tire wear when the sun goes down is never a good thing to have to deal with. Hollinsworth running a fine, clean line here. Lewis trying to battle to get that lead position. But as of right now, it does not seem like his efforts are working. Hey, he's doing a fantastic job for stage 1 so far. He's already led 42 laps. We're at lap 53. Lucas still has yet to touch the lead. Neither has Mason touched 3 laps. Mark Morton has not yet to do any. Top 5, Joshua Hahn hasn't either. Of course, there's a huge difference in the field. 9th place is separated by a whole 4 seconds to the rear of Corey Rainey and Nathan Hawks. Hollinsworth still holding on strong with 5 more laps to go. The racing's kind of really single-filed itself out. Not much going on right now other than Morton putting himself in the top 3. Lucas takes it back. Morton loses a position there. Morton, another one that's good at what he does. He has a strong car. He is a strong driver. He's one of the veteran drivers here. Should have had like 7+ wins at the end of last season. Unfortunately, came up short to a lot of those races. He's trying to be the difference maker in the top three right now. They are not too far away from Mason and Hollingsworth. One more time around to go for stage one. Will Mason be able to get it done for stage one? There's the caution. Stage one now over. Stage one going to Stephen Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth takes stage one. Same situation, 60 laps for stage two. While these drivers pit, we'll be right back.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn one.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late break
has that still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh my
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Got a great car, great team. Let's go execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction.
Side by side, hammer down.
The afterchecks are lit. Count out anybody who wants it the most.
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out. Wheel to wheels, they come to the line. What a victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag is going to end it.
Does he have enough? A dominant performance.
Gonna stay down, baby. Let's go.
Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can in one final shot.
Gotta earn this thing right here to the end.
It is all on the table.
A total 500.
Now, an insane battle for the lead right now. Corey Rainey was your leader at the start of stage 2. Look at this fight off pit road. Three-way fight exiting pits. Corey Rainey got first place off of it. Currently sitting in 4th, Hollinsworth took the lead back pretty quick on. Lucas Lewis in 2nd, Mark Morton in 3rd. Rainey in 4th, and Hahn rounding out your top 5. Some heavy names within the top 5 right now. They are near 3 wide back here in 5th place. Goes back out to a double file. Man, oh man, we are seeing a lot of racing action early on here. Only lap 9 of stage 2. Still a lot of racing to go. Hollinsworth trying to take the entire race for himself early on here. He has a great lead right now. Looking to keep it going. Oop, the mic was muted. Now caution is out. Seems to possibly be some troubles with Jordan Otten this time. You see it, Otten and Hawks going through the infield. Not much damage to the cars on either side. A little bit of contact there from the 19 of Hawks. Send them down into the infield grass. Now the 7th caution is out. Now, of course, at the time of the caution, Stephen Hollingsworth was your leader. He will be holding that lead spot. Lucas Lewis in 2nd. Kenneth Colson in 3rd. And Corey Rainey in 4th. Han still in 5th place right now. Great race from all of these drivers, even up to this point, including all of the cautions. I mean, you're seeing hard racing. You're seeing guys that don't want to give up a position. Now, of course, Stephen Hollingsworth is your leader. He will start on the inside. Lucas Lewis on the outside on line 1. Colson and Road Truck in line 2 with Rainey in 5th. Hansen in 6th. Green flag out now. Hollingsworth in the lead with a good jump as he always has. Lucas Lewis in 2nd. Now down to 3rd. Colson advances up into 2nd place. Oh, wreck in the backfield. Thomas Adams again. Thomas cannot catch a break tonight. Heavy contact with the wall that time, too. Tough situation, man. Tough situation for Auden. Auden and Hayes. Hayes got a really, really bad hit on that wall there. I mean, to be honest, it's going to be a tough call for race control on that one. We can even look at it from the blimp cam. '82 of Hayes kind of just went down on that driver right there. The 96. Only one way to figure out what that driver was doing. That's to go to the cockpit cam. Thankfully, we have race control in the sky to decide the fate. Now single file restart. Corey Rainey in the lead. Now the 4 of Rainey. Finds himself back in the lead on this restart now. And there comes Steel City's very own Mark Morton, fresh off a win. RVR and SCR 1 and 2 right now. Mark gets the advantage over Rainey. Hollinsworth with some good draft there, pushing the 99 up front. Now Hollingsworth back into the lead here. Something you don't see often. Jeffrey Bourne in second place now. Owen Lax in third, Rainey in fourth, Colson rounding out your top five. Now Bourne trying to go for the lead on Hollingsworth here on the inside. He's actually getting the run right now, and this is what the question everybody's been wondering. Will Steel City keep this momentum going? Steel City Racing was in the right place at the right times. Daytona 500 champion Tristan Pena and last week's winner of Mark Morton are looking to go 3 for 3. But the question has always lied. Where is Jeffrey Bourne and Aaron Wright? Aaron unfortunately out earlier in the night. Jeffrey now trying to make it all work for the team, showing he has what it takes to put himself in victory lane. Jeffrey losing a lot of positions right now. He's back into 9th. Hollingsworth takes the lead back. Rainey in second. And a huge wreck in the backfield there. Mark Morton off track with that one. Looks to be the 19 of Nathan Hawks again. The 42 and the 99 look to be 3 wide there. The 19 came up onto the 42. Took out Mark Morton just a little bit. Not much damage to the car. Mark able to save at 24 of Lucas Lewis diving way low to avoid any incident. So really, contact is what brought the wreck out. Wasn't the worst case scenario. So now some guys down pit road. Hollingsworth still holding the lead. Now Hollingsworth will take us back to green flag. Ninth caution of the night. Green flag back out now. Hollingsworth in the lead. Just look at how many laps he's led now. 73 laps out of 91. He has led 73 laps out of 91. This is exactly what we were talking about last season when he came out. It was absolutely insane to see him in the playoffs. He led a predominant amount of races in the lead that he actually showed up for. Now looking to do the same thing all over again, but actually within contention for points now. Now Kenneth Coulson sitting in second, trying to fight with Hollingsworth. Coulson trying to get the momentum. 0.03. Coulson now to the lead. Hollingsworth's lead has been taken away. Carden Hansen now up there. They're going to be 3 wide. The 88 making a run on the apron. Mason finding himself back up in the top 3 now. Now Coulson back into the lead. 3 wide for the lead. Rainey, Colson, Kenneth. Rainey getting the advantage on the bottom side. Now in the lead, side by side with Hollingsworth. This is getting crazy up front. 3 wide for third place right now. Hollingsworth able to take the momentum back away from Rainey. He has put himself back into the lead now. Rainey making runs, takes the lead again from Hollingsworth. Staggered 3 wide for second. John Moore with a solo wreck out. He has jumped to pits. Getting dicey back there. Lucas Lewis now in second. Now Lucas Lewis in the lead. Rainey back up into the lead now. It's a crazy fight up here. We expected it. It's a very tough fought battle right here between Lucas Lewis and Josh Mason. Rainey now holding pretty good. Roughly 20 laps left. 15 now to go. Rainey in the lead. 14 to go. Lucas Lewis in second. Will Lucas be able to get it done right now? This is the question. Of course, Rainey missing a few of his teammates tonight. He has 3 on field right now. DJ Vincent not here. DJ is set to miss this weekend and next week at Phoenix due to some unforeseen circumstances. Of course, he has opted to take provisionals for both of his weeks. If you don't know what a provisional is, should a driver need to miss a race weekend, they can opt in to claim last place points on the weekend. So DJ able to use his provisionals for here and next week as well. $11 to go. Lucas Lewis trying to hone it in on Rainey right now. He's doing a good job at it, but he still has some time to work. Now, new poll up now. Do you think Rainey's going to be able to sweep the weekend? Make sure you put your votes in. Nine laps to go. Lewis not really dialing it in. Eight more laps left to go to the stage. Will it be Rainey's time for a stage win? Could this start to be the resurgence from the 4 that he needs? Lewis trying to gain time on that 4 car, but as soon as he goes to make a pass with no draft, it's not going to work. We have seen it time and time again. Five more laps to go. 3 more to go this time. Rainey getting in the lead. Now as the sun sets, when Rainey crosses the line this time, there's going to be 1 to go in stage 2. Lucas falling off pace real hard these last 5 laps. He doesn't have the stage, getting real loose there, sliding up the track. You see it. Rainey coming around the line this time. Rainey does it for stage 2. Flag out now for caution break. Corey Rainey just took stage number 2. Stage 2 now finished. We are going to hit a commercial break and we'll be back with the start of stage number 3.
Guys, eat your food. Let's go.
I want to taste your banana pudding. You taste my banana pudding. It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, will you marry me?
Is my makeup messy? Yes, it's messy.
Consumer Cellular can help people save on their cell phone bills. That's why I cut my car in half. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hats.
Isn't that just a visor?
Shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Get your second month free with Consumer Cellular.
We are back now with the start of stage number 3. Corey Rainey was able to take it away in stage 2. Hollinsworth got the stage 1 win. Now all eyes on the number 4 car as he has yet to claim a victory here. Will he beat Steel City and force them not to go 3 weeks in a row? Or will it be another upset for the 4? Lucas Lewis trying to take the advantage of the position now early on. Lucas gets first place. Mark Morton back up into the mix in second now. Eleventh caution out now. We're going to have to figure out who this is. Oh, the 96 aboard. Broke loose into the wall. Second, Steel City Racing team member possibly impacted by a lot of pit damage time now. Now, of course, Lucas Lewis was your leader at the time of the caution. He remains the leader. Mark Morton in second, Hollinsworth in third. Few guys into pits that time by. Now, of course, 11 cautions on the night. A little treacherous for some of these drivers. Not many have had some of the luck they were expecting to have early on in the race. It's just unfortunate. And of course, this always happens. But, you know, when you walk into a race weekend, you kind of expect it to go better than what you were expecting. And sometimes it just isn't that case. Tonight is the case for some of these drivers. of course, getting fed up and antsy with how many cautions has added a lot of extra time on this race for them to this point in time right now. And of course, they're not wanting to stay in those cars forever. They're wanting to get it done as fast and efficiently as possible. Just mistakes happen. You can't blame them all. Green flag out this time for Lucas Lewis. He's trying to do something that ain't been done in a long time. Put that DuPont rainbow scheme in victory lane. Now Morton fighting for the lead. We are only 12 laps in to an 80-lap race here. Morton and Hollinsworth now fighting it out in the front of the field. They are still side by side. Luke is looking to put himself in there for a 3 wide. Thought about it for a second, didn't do it. Hollinsworth goes back into the lead now. He has been chasing for the entirety of the stage is Lucas. Almost lost it there. Road Truck does lose it. It's off the racing surface, no caution out. Now Rainey back up into second place right now. Hollinsworth still fighting strong right now. a few drivers we haven't really seen much of other than the 24. Joshua Mason right now sitting in 7th. And Jordan Fisher, who is still in pits, out for the night is what it seems now. Sad situation for Fisher. Parker Motorsports looked to have some of their mojo back last night in the Truck Series race at Vegas. They're trying to turn it around in the Cup race. The question still remains if they can turn it around here tonight. Being they only have 2 drivers on track right now, JJ Moore, MIA, not here tonight. It is now up to Lucas and Josh. Collinsworth still in the lead here right now with a good gap, but a .34 gap. Of course, Owen right now in 8th place. In the 40. And the biggest question right now, there's all eyes on this team of Bull Motorsports. They acquired Owen Lax, brought him back to full-time competition, but we really haven't seen much out of them. The biggest question is, can they turn anything around in their rookie year as a team? Owen, of course, driving this 40, but where is the 1 car been? We have not seen the 1 car on track much, or if at all. Of course, as of right now, rumor has it, the 65, of course, is just a hot seat for Hoppy. And we could possibly see him in full time as early as next week at Phoenix. Of course, Hoppy out earlier in the night here now. Not on track right now anymore, but still could potentially be moving to full-time competitor next week. Rainey trying to close this gap down on Hollinsworth. Not really doing much. He's trying to make a good run right now, but it is a little difficult. Of course, you're slowly starting to see him break some of that time down on the tower. Right now, Chevy dominant top 10 as always. Now Rainey really pulling down the time. He is almost there. He wants the lead. He wants the win. Gap really close now. He is breathing the same air. He's officially there, looking to try to make a run to the inside now. Not able to get it all the way. Will he be able to get it here? It's getting really close now. Just a fight we're watching between the first and second place sitter of Hollinsworth and Rainey. Rainey really trying to get this lead. He still has a lot of time left in the race. We're not even halfway through stage 3. Hollinsworth still holding the lead strong. Mark Morton in third. Roughly about 2.5 seconds back from the leader. Lucas Lewis just behind with Josh Mason. Rounding out your top 5 there. Hahn in 6th place. Lax in 7th. Wyatt Post in 8th. Colson in 9th. Sims in 10th, rounding out your top 10. Road Truck in 16th right now. Hawks in 17th with Adams in 18th by himself. Stephen Hayes not on track. A lot of drivers out for the night. Lap 38 in stage 3. A lot of time left to go. We're going to take it to a commercial break, and we'll be right back with more of the Casino Royale 300 for the NARAS Cup Series.
Mika can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Trish on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
You got a great car, great team. Let's go execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight till the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction. Side by side, hammer down. The after-checks are lit. Count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out. Wheel to wheels, they come to the line. What a victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag is going to end it. Does he have enough? A dominant performance.
Gotta stay down, baby. Let's go.
Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can. It's one final shot.
Gotta earn this thing right here to the end.
It is all on the table.
A total 500.
So during the commercial break, a little bit of contact between the 24 and the 99, Lucas Lewis and Mark Morton. Morton getting hit into the wall, came back down, took out the 24 into the infield. Not much damage on their cars. Probably the worst would be Mark Morton with that left rear hit. And they both equally hit the same exact amount of speed to the car, but who knows? We will have to tell. Both drivers able to maintain and recover, so minimal damage there. Morton back on track as well. Mason in the lead at the time of the caution. Hollinsworth in second. Rainey in third. Hahn in fourth place with Owen Latch rounding out your top 5. And we actually get a double file restart because we went over 25 laps green. Back green now. Josh Mason currently your leader. Mason needing a decent amount of resurgence. He hasn't had much luck. Lot of wiggling going on right now. Hollingsworth back in the lead. Mason down to third. Rainey back up in second. Another caution back out already. Jordan Otten. Bad entry to that corner. Slides up into two other cars. Was Mark Morton there? He slid up into. Put himself in the grass. So no full-out wreck, not much bad contact. I know these drivers just wanted to get the rest of these 30 laps. Now Corey Rainey will be your leader. 30 laps left to go. He's still got Stephen Hollingsworth behind. A driver that has the skill. We have seen him lead a majority of laps here tonight. Let's actually take a look and see how many laps, or if any laps, our top 5 drivers have led so far. Rainey has led 41 laps here tonight. Hollingsworth has led 110 laps of the race for himself. Josh Mason has led 6. Hahn in 4th, still has yet to touch the lead. And Wyatt Post in 5th has not touched the lead either. Just outside is 6th place of Owen Lax. He started in 9th, now up to 6th place. Kyle Sims in 7th. He started in 17th. Road Truck has led 1 lap. He finds himself in 8th. Jeffrey Bourne, we saw him fight earlier for the lead, unable to get it. He's in 9th. And Mark Randall started in 22nd position, now in the top 10. Green flag back out now. Now Hollingsworth gets the lead back from Rainey. Rainey not down and out yet. Oh, Hollingsworth not clear to go up high. Almost caused a wreck there. Had to go back down low. Still close. Rainey technically in the lead right now. Hollingsworth on the bottom side. Still not clear. Hollingsworth almost just spun the 4 of Rainey out. Was able to pull it back down. He currently has the lead on the bottom side now. Now Hollingsworth cleared to the top side, goes back down on the bottom. Rainey dialed in as good as he possibly can be. 88 of Mason now behind. Lap 56 out of 80. It has been getting pretty challenging here for these drivers the further it gets. Later on this race gets, the harder these tires wear. Of course, looking ahead to Phoenix, including tonight, the last 3 races have all been 1.5 mile or bigger tracks. Phoenix being the first mile-long racetrack flat with tons of passing zones. Who could break out as the flat track specialist early on in the season? That, of course, is going to be found out next week when we go back to the desert. Now Rainey holding it down in second, pretty strong. Lucas not where he probably wants to be right now. He's all the way back in 16th place. But his teammate of Josh Mason up in third right now. Rainey, of course, still has some time to dial it in. There's a lot of fight left in this race. Rainey falling down a few positions here. Mason moving up to second. Little bit of contact there with him and Wyatt. Hollins was just adding to the total amount of races. He has led with laps tonight. Now 15 more laps to go. An awaited point of the night. Delayed by some cautions. It's been a difficult night for Rex. For some drivers, definitely a forgettable night. Of course, for the winner, would be certainly unforgettable now. Hollinsworth doing pretty good in the front of the pack here. This man has led a magnitude of laps tonight. Currently at 125 laps led. Rainey now on the tail end of Mason, looking to possibly make a pass here. Doesn't have much time to make a move. Top three all close enough in on each other now. Still a few more tenths of a second that can be pulled off, though. Rainey and Mason really trying to dial it in here. Collinsworth in first. Still now trying to finish this race out strong. Mason still looking to take the first win of the season. Was very close last week. Pitch strategy took him off pace for that win. Now we're at 9 to go. They're still at about a 0.2 of a second back from our leader. Doesn't seem like they're able to pull any of this time off. This is the time where they really need to be figuring out what's the best move they can make, because they don't have many more options left. Seven more laps to go. Second place of Mason and Rainey really not being able to do anything here to close that gap fully on Hollingsworth in first. Seems with the rest of stage 3, the top 3 are really going to be solidified. We're not seeing anybody really make a move here. They're too far spread out. Mason now pulling down the gap to Hollingsworth. Rainey seems to be falling off pace just a little bit. Him and Mason were locked together for a long amount of that last 15 laps. Seems to be slightly falling off now. Hollingsworth praying nothing happens within the next 3 laps. Or shall I say 2 laps. If there were a wreck to happen before the white flag is waved, that's going to cause a re-rack. Everybody's going to go in for tires, and it could be a different ball game. We've seen Rainey be strong on restarts. And speak of the devil, caution is out with 3 laps to go. That is going to be a heavy shakeup now. That probably also just ended Han and Morton's nights right there. Now this is going to add a wrench into Hollingsworth's plans. Do the leaders stay out? Or do they go into pits? Rainey went into pits, now exiting, so he's going to have fresh tires in second place. He just pitted at lap 199. Hollinsworth hasn't pitted since 163. Rainey's going to come out and take back second place. This could have just given Rainey the possible win here. Honestly, right now, I don't know why the 67 stayed out. He wouldn't have lost the position. Probably was worried no one else behind him was going to go in to finish it out, because you could lose a lot of positions depending on if everybody stays in or not. But with this re-rack, that's going to cause a lot. It could cause a stack up on that low line behind the 67, as he's not going to have the fresher tires to be able to jump off. Possibly a bad move right now, as Rainey's going to take the outside. We went green for more than 25 laps, so it's going to be a double file restart. We might be seeing a bad gamble at Vegas here for the 67 of Hollinsworth. And to lose it like that after being a dominant car all race, the most laps led, would be an insane way to finish out the race for him. Lax went in as well, so he's going to be on fresh tires. Everybody on lead lap all the way up to 13th all went into pits. So that's including Road Truck, Hanson, Lewis, Mason, Otten, Mark Randall, Sims. 67 trying to clean those tires off. Everybody else is trying to warm them up. This could be a bad gamble on the 67's part. Time will tell, as we're going to go green-white checkered, as we have just now hit 200 laps. Moving over to 201. So we are in overtime. Pace car off. Possibly the last time here tonight. We don't know. Green flag on the 67. He's got a good jump right now. 4-car falling back a little bit. Lax already making some wise moves there. He's trying to follow in the 67's footsteps. Lax putting himself in a good position now to possibly get this win. 67 with a block there. It's about to get dicey. 67 couldn't go all the way down. Hollinsworth almost just wrecked out Lax. Lax wrecking himself. That just put Rainey in the wall and just ruined his night. So now Nathan Hawks at the white flag just practically got the win, handed to him on a silver platter because of people driving a little too aggressive at the end of the race. Nathan Hawks, with nobody around, gets the win here at Vegas. Hogs takes it here after an insane finish. Let's go back to the green flag and watch exactly what happened with these guys. Steve Hollingsworth on old tires. Down. Lack started getting a good run. Goes to advance to the outside. Hollingsworth jumps up to block. Sees Lack stay there. Went back up. Tried to hold that bottom line. And Lack's. Hold on. Situation we see every week with that 40. He tries to save the car in a bad spot instead of just spinning out to the infield, which either way, sometimes it's savable, sometimes it's not. Unfortunate situation, it's not savable though. Either way you look at it. That caused Lax to break loose. Looks like there was a little bump on the rear end from the 57. Could be wrong. But that let Hawks take it a country mile. Nobody around. Crazy finish to a almost 3-hour-long race. Of course, post-race interviews, as always, with our top 3 finishers, Kyle Sims, Mark Randall, and Hawks in that order. So, let's go ahead and pull up Kyle Sims in here. Hear how his race went for him. Seems you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Tough race. You were able to pull yourself out in a good position just by sitting patient and watching an entire wreck unfold in front of you. First off, you started in 17th, finished in 3rd, so congrats on that. How do you feel like the track was here?
Man, I'm still not used to this Gen 6 and how it drafts. I kept getting just super aero tight off of 4. That's why I popped the wall probably 4 times tonight. I was heavily wounded after the second one, I think. So that was, I don't know how that one happened. I guess that was just a repeat of Daytona, just a couple of positions farther back finishing.
Now, I mean, of course, you got the third place finish. It definitely took a lot to hold a strong position here. A lot of veterans on track, and then just mix in with a whole bunch of, I guess you can call it aggressive driving early on. How do you feel like the racing was here?
It was definitely aggressive, quick. That that first stage felt like it was the last 20 laps. Pretty early. I don't know. I don't know if the single file restarts necessarily help us because I think it gets a lot more movement going. And I think that might have caused maybe a couple of them because you got people jumping down to the bottom, jumping up to the top. You're going to end up with cars colliding. So, I mean that could definitely have played a factor in it, but that's our rule package, so we just have to adapt to it and be better about it. And I'd like to say sorry to Carden. I really was trying to shade down to the bottom and avoid hitting him. I wasn't expecting that big of a checkup. It looked like he kind of started to go, and then everybody just stopped. So definitely a big apology to him.
Now, of course, I mean, top 3 finish definitely put you in a good position here to gain some points tonight. How are you feeling about the season so far, and then, of course, the rest of the season as well for you?
I mean, so far so good. Last week in Atlanta, I dropped connection for some reason. I have no idea why. So that one kind of hurt. I was running just outside the top 10. That would have been a nice, a better finish for me. I think I ended up like 17th or 18th. But I mean, overall, I think it's been fine. I mean, obviously Daytona's a wreck fest, and then tonight was a little crazy. I knew tonight was going to be crazy. Did the recruitment race back in the off season just to kind of learn this place, and it was insane back then. So I don't know. It's going to be a long road to even make it in the playoffs, but I think it's possible.
Now, of course, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give?
I mean, just once again, sorry to Carden for turning him on that restart. That's not something I'd like to do to anybody. And then, just like at Daytona, shout out to my family, especially my wife, for letting me do this every weekend. She puts up with the kids while I do this, so just appreciate her.
Well, of course, congrats on the top 3 finish. Probably wasn't the way you were expecting that last few laps to go, but you walked out with a good finishing position, of course. So congrats to you, my friend, on that. We definitely look forward to what you're going to be able to pull out of the hat at Phoenix next week, as you are just sitting at the cut line if it was the playoffs now. So that's definitely going to give you a good boost on points.
Thank you, Tyler.
You have a good one.
You-
That was your third place finisher, the 28 of Kyle Sims. Insane situation there that caused a lot of havoc at the end. Now looking for someone we haven't really talked to at all. A good buddy of mine that needs to unmute his mic. That being Mark Randall. You there, bud?
Oop, I can hear you, Tyler.
Oh, there we go. Well, what a race.
I don't know why I can hear you, but I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me. He says he can't hear me.
No, sir. I can hear you through the broadcast, but I cannot hear you through Discord.
Well, maybe you should check your personal volume. Or let me pull you in, see if it works again when you rejoin. Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hello. Of course. Leave it to Randall to have his first interview and be having technical difficulties in the same process. I'm actively talking, Mark.
I know. I can't hear you. I don't know why.
Well, I guess we're just going to go with a delay through the broadcast. So this is how this is going to work. Of course, a tough situation.
Oh, I
for a lot
got you.
of drive-
I got you.
Hey.
I got you. Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud. I was about to say, been waiting a long time to get this interview, and now you can't hear me.
I was about to be upset.
Yeah, an unfortunate situation to watch your team owner get wrecked out there at the end. Of course, it puts you in second place. Would have been a little bit better if you were closer, because then you'd have been fighting for your first win alongside Hawks, who practically got it by a country mile and then some, with a whole half gallon of Bojangles tea on the side to go with it. You started in 22nd place. You were able to pull a top 10 for majority of the race and was just in the right position at the right time, which kind of killed at least 5-6 cars. How are you feeling about the race here tonight?
Lucky. Obviously, we didn't have a very good qualifying effort and started 22nd, and we had a top 15 car, but nothing special throughout the run. We were good on new tires, but whenever the tires died out, I could never manage to hold on with everybody towards the front, and we don't get that last caution there at the end, and we finished P8, P9, somewhere in that area. Sucks Corey had to take a hit on that one and get taken out there. I hate that for him, but yeah. Other than that, had a great night and pulled a top 2 out of our tail, and sucks we wasn't in that place to get the win there. But there's a long way to go in the season, so we'll hopefully be there for the rest of it.
Now, of course, this is your highest finishing position so far for the Cup Series. It's been a tricky few weeks here so far, and I don't think it's going to be any more unforgiving. Of course, penalties just going to get stronger for those as the weeks go by. Looking at tonight, how did the car feel here at Vegas? Because this is also a track we're going to see again moving forward, I believe, in the round of 12. This is going to be your first race of the round of 12.
I had no issue with it. Toward the end, when the lights came on, I felt more comfortable than I did before the lights came on. And I don't know if anybody else had that feeling in the car, but I felt way more even last night in the trucks, I felt way more comfortable when the lights came on and it got darker. But yeah, I if we could study this a little bit and figure out what we did wrong and what we can do better moving forward, then I think the more we learn, the more RVR grows. I think the better we can be throughout the season. But other than that, yeah, I love Vegas. I just I didn't have the car I wanted to have tonight to fight where I needed to fight. But being in the right spot, right time, and we pulled a top 2 there.
Of course, like you said, we have a long way ahead of us. We are only in week 3 now, moving towards week 4 at Phoenix. I feel like It's going to be a difficult track, too. Not many people wanted to coast those corners. And then heading off for Easter, coming back to Bristol. Still have an insane amount of tracks listed. Watkins Glen, Texas, Pocono, Daytona at week 16, Martinsville, Indianapolis, another crown jewel. How are you feeling about your opportunity to, kind of solidify your position in the round of 16 off of a win?
You know me, I'm ready for the Glen. I'm ready for the road course, but I don't know. My teammates don't feel the same way about the road courses. Ironically, I'm really good at Martinsville for some odd reason, so I'm circling Martinsville, and Auto Club is another one that I think we have on the schedule that I'm circling big because I'm really good at Auto Club. But I'm excited for the rest of the season. I mean, it's like you said, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a very stressful one for a lot of people. Myself included, being a rookie. There's a lot of rookies trying to prove themselves, so it's gonna get wild. I feel the closer we get to the end of the season and or toward the middle of the season, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to Bristol, by the way.
I feel like a lot of people have the same mentality. They're ready just to skip Bristol and go on to the next week, but
yeah,
unless you use a provisional, it's not going to happen. So Food City 250, here we come.
Yeah.
Of course, before we let you go here and enjoy the rest of your night, we would like to ask if you have any shout-outs you want to give.
Oh yeah, man! You, as always, for putting on an awesome broadcast every single week that we do this. I want to thank my teammates, DJ Rainey, Johnny, and then our two other ones that wasn't here tonight, Brandon and Dilly. Them guys helped me a lot, and I owe everything to them. I want to thank my parents for dealing with me yelling at everything with this iRacing stuff every week. So thankful for them for dealing with me, and yeah, thank Jordan for putting on amazing races every week, and yeah, I can't wait for next week. Ready to be back.
Well, of course, congratulations on the second place finish. Right time, right place. That is 3 weeks in a row that we have had some crazy finishes just from being at the right time at the right place. So kudos to you for sticking it through and working through your motions to get to where you are right now. Second place is a good takeaway, and now you are just one step closer to the possibility of a win.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, you have a good one.
You too, man.
That was our second place finisher, being Mark Randall, RVR's highest finisher of the night, that was able to negate that wreck. Now we go to the man who won it all when it mattered the most, that being Nathan Hawks.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, boss. Probably not as good as you're doing right now. So there's that. So that this now makes 3 weeks in a row where the person was sitting in the right place at the right time to pull away a win. Of course, before we ask you about the race, it's still early on, but do you feel like that's possibly going to be a continuous thing we see here, where there's going to be a less of a fight for first now that we've had 3 consecutive weeks of people outside of that top 5 getting a win?
I feel like, Tyler, I feel like as the season goes on, people are going to calm down a little bit. Notice that they have, 30 something races left to win. And I feel like as the season goes on as well, there's going to be kind of less people joining us. So I think we'll have some of those finishes that you see in real NASCAR where it's maybe the leader with a 3-second lead. But yeah, I mean, that caution just, basically, we'll get into that later when you ask about the race. But yeah, to your question, I think we'll calm down a little bit.
Now, of course, I mean, you started in 21st. You made good progressions to get up in a top 10 or top 7 good finishing area to be on that last restart. You also were one of the few who went down at 199 to actually get tires. Do you feel like if you didn't go in at that last lap when that caution came out, that it could have kind of went awry for you and you wouldn't be in this spot right now?
I feel like stuff works out just perfectly, you know? So like I can't really think of other possibilities as to that. But when that caution came out, it's just I was shooting for a top 10 because I was sitting 15th at that point. So I come down and I take rights only. Hugest gamble I've probably ever done, probably ever will do, but I won't say on that. I take rights only. The lefts, I felt good. I felt good on my left sides. With the rights I take, I come out, I feel like I was what, seventh or eighth, something. And then I was just really hoping for a top 10, but I see Owen get loose in front of me. And then I'm so lucky that just the car had enough rotation to actually stick to the white line and turn left and not get collected by the mess that happened there.
I mean, pretty good wreck avoidance for you there. I feel like I really want to show that on the stream right now so we can actually see how much
Oh yeah, hell
time
yeah,
you
yeah.
had to really avoid. I don't think you had much at all. It was pretty quick reaction times, if anything. We're gonna go
Right.
ahead and look right now at the cockpit view. Restart now. You started, I mean, you had a really good position start. Was on point with them on jump time there. Dove to the inside line off the restart, and it seemed like you had the momentum already, not too far off the pace of the leader. Of course, sat at the right place at the right time. You were on the low side of the track, had time to watch that wreck in front of you. Did you kind of did you have a little bit more experience tonight with a lot of the wrecks we have of getting some of that avoidance practice in here at Vegas tonight?
Right, yeah. I made a lot of mistakes tonight. This is my rookie year, my first year with NARAS. I made a lot of mistakes that I'm not entirely proud of, to name a few. And then some might call this a Mickey win because, the C's cleared for me, right? But I mean, I did put myself in that position. I made the 2 tire call. So like all those things coming together, like I put myself in the position to get a top 5, I guess, but then, the C's cleared and that's the win for me. But then, yeah, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
Now, of course, I'd like to have a little bit of a take on how you feel the racing went here. I feel like, we had at least an extra 20 minutes of on-track action due to the amount of cautions we had tonight. How do you feel about the racing here?
The racing was from start to finish, I feel completely aggressive by everyone, including myself. There was a lot of unnecessary moves that I think I made and other people made that could have been without. I know I came down because I thought a spotter called clear, so I came down because I feel like I had a run, I don't remember, but I was not clear, and then I spun into the grass, and then I did go a lap down at one point too. I had a drive-through penalty, so like the racing was very good. I feel like from everyone, everyone had their issues, problems, but I feel all in all the racing was really good. I hope the viewers really loved it too.
Now, of course, here we still have a long season ahead of us. A lot more trickier tracks than what we have been here to tonight. How are you feeling about your opportunities to kind of boost yourself in points? Of course, this win has locked you into the round of 16. But, how are you feeling about your opportunities personally to keep getting good finishing positions, possibly a few stage wins, to add on to those playoff points?
Right. I am a rookie car, so I won't have to think about that actually. Part-time, sorry.
Oh, okay, well then, yeah, part time. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You're
Yeah,
just here. You're
I'm here
just
for
here
the
for some
ride. Yep.
stats. Yep.
But
Well,
yeah, I mean, coming into this race, I wasn't expecting really much for myself because I'm still learning a lot. I've made mistakes. I'm going to continue making mistakes, I'm sure. It's no excuse, but I didn't come in expecting to win. So I mean, with the win, I just feel absolutely incredible that I spent the time, doing this, and I can't wait for next Saturday. It's just going to be absolutely amazing.
Well, of course, man, before we let you go, it's getting late here on the East Coast. You know we're always going to ask if you have any shout-outs you'd like to give to anybody.
Oh yeah, just Team Red Tail Racing, Isaiah Fox. I wish he was here with us tonight. He's in the Darlington infield currently. He might be asleep. I'm not sure. I texted him. I haven't got a response back. But no, yeah, friends, family, just everyone that supports my hobby. And I was gonna go to a concert tonight, but with my family's like, we have kind of a commitment. And they were like, yeah, go ahead, and like just want to thank them for that, because family time's very important and special to me as well. So I'm just glad they let me do this so much. And just honestly, the 57 for causing a roadblock there at the end and not coming down and tapping my right rear and sending me into the wall as well. And then just Owen Lax too. He was giving me kind of tips and pointers throughout the race. Chevy teammates and all. Yeah. And then just my main, I think, Isaiah Fox and Red Tail. I wouldn't be here without them at all.
Well, of course, congratulations on your win here tonight. It was a little, some might say it was a little of a Mickey Mouse win, but hey, who cares what they say, right?
Hey, win's a win, right?
Hey, you put yourself in a good position. You avoided all contact on the bottom. You didn't do nothing crazy to get there. So congratulations to you, man. Good takeaway here tonight. And definitely look forward to seeing what that part-time car is going to do.
Yes, sir. I also want to thank you and Jordan as well. For you to do this every Saturday night and then all your other broadcasts you have going on, just thank you guys so much. This makes having a broadcast to, finish the race and then go eat some popcorn and turn on the big TV and enjoy it just means the world to me. So thank you and Jordan for putting all this up and putting up with us too. So just thank you guys.
Man, thank you for joining us, man. We look forward to seeing what you're going to do with the rest of your part-time season.
Awesome. Can't wait.
You have a good one.
You too.
That was your Vegas winner there, Nathan Hawks. An insane race, to be honest. About 2 hours and 30 minutes of pure racing. A lot of cautions involved as well, though. Some good takeaways. Nathan Hawks getting a part-time win here for Red Tail. Mark Randall in his highest finishing position in second. Kyle Sims in third. Mason, unfortunately, not able to put that 88 in victory lane yet. He finishes in fourth with Road Truck. Rounding out your top five. Of course, a very crazy day to have race control in the skies for the first time here with us tonight. And there's going to be a lot of penalties definitely given for this race. Probably a few suspensions as well, so that's going to be difficult. Looking forward to next week at Phoenix. It's going to be even more challenging. That is a track where you can't full throttle it. You have to be comfortable and consistent within your corners while coasting enough to not get that car to spin out on you. So next week is probably going to be a difficult challenge as well. We'll have to see how that is when the green flag drops. But of course, you guys know American Stock Car Racing League on Mondays on Twitch. Right time. ARCA on Wednesdays. Truck Series on Thursdays. The NARAS Truck Series on Fridays, with the Cup Series in Gen 6 on Saturdays. We go next week to week number 7, Phoenix. We'll be off for Easter, and we will be back at Bristol for week 8 for probably more crazy racing. So, of course, a lot of weeks left as it's the first calendar year for the Cup Series. Of course, we want to thank you guys for tuning in on behalf of the NARAS Cup Series and the Asphalt Racing Network. We would like to thank you, the fans, for making this all turn and tuning in every week to watch what these guys love to do. As always, all good things have to come to an end, and that end is now. So we will leave you with the last white flag lap. And we will catch you next time.